It's cold outside. Oh, baby, it's cold outside. Oh, cheek your arm. Sorry, baby. Are you ready now? He's like, take me outside. Okay, so let's start with primer because where else are you supposed to start, right? My go-to is either the Fenty Pro Filter Lick or the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. That has also been my go-to. I wouldn't say this is a dupe for it. I feel like the Fenty is very like lotiony. This reminds me of Mary Kay primer that I used to get from my grandma. It's lit. It's a really good time. It leaves you really, really silky and smooth and prepped and primed and ready. So I'm gonna go in with that. Honestly, does anyone know like or feel the difference when they use primer? Or see a difference? Because I surely don't. I just feel like this is like protecting my skin before the foundation chemicals sink in. No thank you. And then my favorite step. After I prime, I like to go in with this Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. My skin is pretty normal. I wouldn't say it's oily or dry. Sometimes when it's hot or humid, I can get a little oily, so long as I set my face after, I'm good. But if I'm using a matte foundation, I love to add a little artificial dew to just bring me back a little, mixing the little like dew mist with that matte foundation. Girl, it changed my life, honestly. Ooh. Today I'll be using the Fenty Beauty. I'll show you my other favorite. This is just a pro filter. My color is 420. I'm really excited to try this concealer. If I'm not using the Fenty, I'm using NARS. I'm a NARS stan as well. This is the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is like in between matte and dewy for me, which I love. Gonna go in with my Dirty Beauty blender. I just put 2 pumps. I don't like a lot of foundation. I like a natural look, and my skin also isn't too bad. I do have this pimp right here. I just want you guys to meet my pimp. Since he's starring in this video. I think it's a she, I really forget. But say hello to my little friend, Mrs. Pimp. But we're gonna cover up because we don't want her presence today or ever. And blending her everywhere. Guys, I actually do my brows first, so I'm gonna leave my forehead blank. I'll leave a blank canvas on her. Never too late. Really excuse my braids, excuse my hair. This is not the final look, but this is what we're gonna work with for now. So, okay, so for my brows, I actually don't get my brows done anymore. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I like my brows thick, I really do. And also, I'd rather spend money on clothes to get my brows done, if I'm honest. So I do pluck my brows like every now and then whenever I feel like it, and occasionally I'll just brush them up and then give them like a little clip. I'm no professional, so I can give you guys a video of me doing that, but I also can't because I'm not a professional. I literally just do anything. I'm gonna fill them in anyway, so like perfection is not what I aim for when I'm doing my brows. I'm gonna go in with my brow definer. I use the color dark brown and Anastasia. You guys know this one. This is the thicker one, however, the brow definer. I feel like I can get it done much faster if I just, you know, go in with a thicker brush. So I go in with the thick side and fill in the like this part because I like this part to be darker and this part to be thinner and more defined. So I do thick over here, thin over here. I also realized I don't necessarily like an arch in my brows. I kind of like a straight and then like come down little brow. That's my cup of tea. With these, I just do strokes upward until it looks full, and I kind of bring it to like right about here is where I would want it to begin. And then after that, the most important part, okay, just brushing it out and making it appear very natural, getting those strokes right. This might be a little old by the time you guys are watching this, But how do we feel about the new Ariana song, the 7 rings, 7 basketballs? I don't know what it's called. I just know there's a number 7. I like kind of like it. Like, it took me like 10 years to like think you next, but I heard the song and I was kind of bopping, I won't lie. Also, what are we mad about today? You guys can leave that in the comments. I barely get upset, and if I do, I kind of keep it to myself. But today I was mad because my mom tried to make some collard greens. She went to the grocery store and they said they didn't have them. They didn't get a shipment because the government shut down. So like, what's up with that? That's why I'm mad today. So now I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Is that what it's called? You know, with these brands, like, everything rubs off, literally everything. This is a Maybelline concealer in the color Cafe, number 30. The undertones are a little more neutral, which I like. I like to go straight over, keep it straight, keep it simple, you know. I like to use my higher end concealers under my eyes because I have more faith in them that they won't crease or start looking crazy. But I mean, I've never really been wronged or had a moment when I was like, you played me, to like LA Girl or Maybelline. So I do the entire bottom, but then when it comes to the top, I only like to go, just to keep a more natural look, I like to just clean up where there's actually like a lot of hair still, or just like the little tip right here. I don't like to put too much over there. Like I said, I feel like this, if you put too much, it's just not that natural, and we want to look like we woke up like this, don't we, guys and gals? We want to look like I popped out the womb like this, even though this lighting is probably gonna expose all the details of this makeup that you should not be looking at. Okay, so now to blend out my concealer, I use 2 brushes. Okay, one that's more flat and dense, but like really flat. Then I use something a little fluffier. I'm not like a blender, but like a blender. Like, I don't make smoothies or anything. I don't make smoothies or anything. However, like, you will never catch me slipping with like unblended brows. Like, who child? I'm gonna smooth out the line with this, just in case there's like too much concealer by the line and it like gets a little crazy and spills everywhere. And then we're gonna blend her out, make our smoothie, and just blend that line. I do like a tapping motion, if you guys can see, and just tap her in there. So yeah, once that's blended out and it looks like you were born this way. Baby, I was born this way. My dad used to work for Lady Gaga. That's a fun fact. I met her a few times. Insert. Oh my god, this picture is so ugly. I'm gonna insert it to embarrass myself and become a little more vulnerable in this channel. Yikes, that dress, that was like a Hollister dress. I remember that blue and white striped dress. Thought I was so bad. I'm kidding. I didn't think of myself as like a baddie or anything. I was very innocent, very youthful. Insert halo. I still have the halo. You see it? So yeah, then I'm gonna go in and like this last pump of foundation, just spread her all over my forehead and try to stay away from getting really close to my edges because I like the natural contour that my head gives. Even though we're gonna contour, you just want to keep that natural darkness. A little fake, a little plastic. I mean, I don't mind a little plastic, but like, okay, my mind. And we always bring our foundation down to our neck. I know you guys know this, but I know you guys are popping already, like you don't need me, but I just want to share with you guys. Shout out to Harpy. She's so cute, she's so nice. And she was like, she commented on my picture when I posted about the Q&A and asked me to do a makeup routine, and literally the day after I'm like, here I am. But I'm just gonna prep my eyes with this concealer. Just like that. Now that my lids are feeling ready, I'm gonna start with this eye look that I haven't really necessarily worked out in my head, but we're gonna go for it. This is a MAC 217 brush. It's my favorite eyeshadow brush ever for blending. I sometimes do a whole eyeshadow look with one brush, which is like illegal possibly, but I still do it. I'm not really an eyeshadow freak, but I get it done, you know. So I'm gonna go in with my Morphe 35 matte palette, and I'm just gonna use any transition shade, honestly. Like I said, I'm not really an eyeshadow freak, so I don't really care. But these are like my favorite shades, so I'm gonna go in with the lighter one for now and just go into my crease. I think I like applied that right above my crease, so I don't know. I'm gonna apply this red NYX shadow. It's the Primal Colors Hot Red underneath or like onto my crease. First with a very direct brush, just so I can keep it clean and not get too messy. I know like good shadows are the ones that are like really pigmented, but I feel like since I'm not the best with shadows that are like a little less pigmented are really good for me because I get to build them up and not make a mess and fool myself. And now to kind of marry these two colors, I'll mix a little bit of this one as well with this, just to warm myself up, but also keep it red, keep it bloody. Now it's time to do our lid. And for our lid, we really want to make this pop with a brighter color for sure. And you know, we just gotta add some love to the lid. So I'm just gonna do a little cut crease type of thing or attempt it. I'm gonna get that Precise concealer brush and take some of my LA Girl, just squeeze it onto this. The brushes are like pretty much the same, but the amount that they give you is just always up for grabs. And then I'll probably bring it to just about here, right before this dark color really picks up right there. I'm gonna blend it down just to get it in a little bit. Alrighty, that's good. That's what we're gonna work with. And here's when it gets a little ratchet. We love a little ratchet. Maybe I should say don't try this at home, but this works for me each time, and it's not that hard to take off. I get crazy. I need my looks to last. With that being said, I'm just gonna go in with this Duo Eyelash Glue and make sure that this line that I'm about to apply the glitter to is pretty even, and then just tap around. You just want to use a very precise wet eyeshadow brush, spraying my spray on it to dip it in so that it picks up the glitter from jump, and then we're gonna knock her off and apply. And here, just blend it out and just kind of spread it into the shadow that we already did. And now we're just gonna go in with our red a little bit more to make her pop. You know, marry the two. It's Valentine's Day. You want some love on your eyes. Okay, and that just, oh. See, right here it looks amazing, and then I look on camera and I'm like, what am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna finish this other eye and then we'll see what we're working with. Okay, so after that, I definitely need to clean up my shadow with a bit of concealer. So I'm gonna go in with my NARS Radiant and Creamy Concealer in the color Walnut. I do want to say shout out to NARS for coming out with new shades like every year, because I've never bought like the same NARS concealer. I always end up finding one that fits my skin better. I feel like there was once upon a time a trend where you use concealer that's like 70 shades darker than you, and I was with it for like a little bit of time, but at this point I just want to add a little more of my natural tones back into my face. And then I like to create a little dog nose, so like a little wide, which I'm a dog. And then right down, I barely bring my concealer to my forehead, but today we're being extra, so we're gonna do a little bit, just have a little more love. And my favorite, the chin. I like to take a little triangle, never too much, like Luther Vandross said. And then I'm gonna go in with my Sephora, this is an angled contour brush, but it's pretty flat, and I love to tap in foundation and concealer with this brush. It's number 75. I like to blend out my nose with this because I like to use the point that they have right here, And I do that first so that it can stay nice and precise and in the lines. And then I like to flip it and then bring my nose down. Same with my chin. Just like to do the small areas first so that it's just not too much concealer right there. And I usually wear much less concealer. I don't really like the drastic look, but I am trying to go like kind of full glam right now, so that explains this packed on concealer. And bring her upward and keep that straight line. So now we're gonna two different types of setting powders. One is the Airspun. Not a big fan, or wasn't the biggest fan of this until I restocked Laura Mercier, their medium to dark translucent powder. So after I got back into the swing of Laura, I realized that I do like Airspun. This medium and dark is not brightening enough for me, so sometimes, especially with the concealer I use, like I said, I didn't like to brighten up too much with my concealer, so I definitely look for my translucent powder to brighten me up under my eye a little more. I go in with my beauty blender and I just dip it into the Airspun, and then this is where I get a little crazy. I like shake it all off. I actually tap it usually. I don't have anything to tap it under right now, just tap on the floor. I like tap out all the powder. But this definitely helps me not crease, I definitely will say that. And I just go in lightly, not baking, none of that. I'm actually gonna blend this like all the way out with my beauty blender. And you see that just kind of adds that brightness that we need. It's because my concealer definitely doesn't do that, which I like, because some days I don't want to be too glam. And if not, I'll put my concealer on and then use my medium to deep translucent powder to set. And then Tan to Deep Contour Kit by Anastasia. And I use this Sephora small contour brush. Most of my brushes are Sephora. We're just gonna go in with our natural contour that's already there. Just gonna make her more noticeable. Then I like to go up my jawline right here. I have a really strong jawline, so I don't know if I should stop doing this, but like it's kind of a habit. And every time I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that, but then I do. I definitely think the biggest part of makeup is getting it to suit your face, because when you watch YouTube videos and just tutorials generally, it's definitely the person's like personalized, or it should be the person's personalized routine, and that everyone's face is a different shape, so what other people are doing just doesn't work for you. Like, it took me forever to learn how to contour my nose, because, and I'm actually still learning or still trying new things, because my nose is interesting, or like I don't see this nose shape often, so like learning how to contour that was like pretty difficult for me. But this is kind of what I do now. I take this blending shadow brush, I go in with the same shade, and I start from my eyebrow crease, like underneath there, just blend down. That's the easy part. This is the part I love. Like, I know I'm doing this right on myself. Okay, and this is where it's getting tricky. I realize I don't like it like all the way down, so I kind of just stop like right above here, and then I'll just take a little contour and go a little bit above where I highlighted, just to make it look like it's popping out a little bit, add some dimension, even though there's nothing really happening right there. And yeah, that's kind of how I contour my nose. But definitely play around, try new things, and don't think that because one person is doing it one way, that that's just the cutest way, and that's what's gonna work for you, because I've learned it's not like that whatsoever. Now to like my favorite part of my makeup, possibly, eyeliner. I'm gonna go in with this Marc Jacobs gel liner. This is like the sample that you get for your birthday from Sephora. I stand waterline eyeliner. Like this, if I had to pick one makeup thing to do every day, it'd definitely be this. I go into the waterline and make her very dramatic. Excuse my fingers, they have so much setting powder on them right now. I feel like this just makes my eye pop like to the fullest. Like, do you see the difference? I live. So now we're approaching our final touches. I do love to set once more with the Pixie spray. Just gonna go on with the second round of that. And then with the Pixie spray, I'll use the last bit of setting powder that's on my beauty blender. Go in once more to make sure nobody's creasing. And that really just adds a nice bit of dew and moisture to the skin. So now I think all I have to do is lip and lash, and that's where I get really happy. And then I realize that there's like 40 other steps of other things, that like small things that I want to do. With this MAC 219 brush, it's very thin, very cylindery, and rounded at the end, so it's perfect for like the inner corner. And I'm just gonna use this little sparkly shimmer just to pop my eye a little more. I want to do it very dramatic today. For that, I'm just gonna take the red orc. I don't know, I actually never say these titles now. I remember I messed up this Venetian red. I said like vegetarian red to my best friend one time. I was really abusing all these names. I think to be a little more extra between my inner corner color and then the bottom, I'm thinking to go in with Venetian red and just add another dynamic. And that kind of just makes it a little more dramatic. Okay, and that's our shadow look. Yay! I'm probably gonna do a red glitter lip. I got like this lip kit from my aunt this Christmas, and it's like VDAY, like the store, like the clothing store. So I'll probably use one of these because they're like glittery reds, and I think that's very fun and flirty for Valentine's Day. So I'm probably gonna do one of these. Would you guys kill me if I didn't wear lashes? Because I just decided I'm not wearing lashes. Yeah. Also, lashes cover up your makeup look anyway, and I need you guys to see this. I'm going in with the Colossal Big Shot Mascara by Maybelline. This is like some legit mascara. I kind of made a vow to myself that I wouldn't buy my favorite Better Than Sex like high-end mascara, because no one's gonna be like, your lashes look like money. Like, no. The only thing I hate about this one is that it's waterproof. I hate waterproof mascara. But when I was in Australia going to the beach and stuff, this was the truth. Dead ass about to go to sleep in this makeup and wake up ready for class like, hello world. Don't you wish you could do your makeup for class the day before and go to sleep? Like, I'm about to, what do I gotta do to live a life like that? I guess just not sleep, huh? I love sleep. I don't really like sleeping in. I feel like I'm missing out on life, and I like get FOMO, and like I hate, kind of have a fear of not being productive. Hate not being productive, but I gotta get my sleep. Like I can count on one hand how many all-nighters I've pulled since I started college. Maybe a little on the bottom. Like, I was so not looking forward to doing my lashes. And now that I'm not doing them, I'm like smiling and I'm happy. Like, do what makes you happy, guys. That's what I want to say. Do what makes you happy. Brown liner kind of works for any color for me, because some colors just aren't warm, and I am a warm person. I have warm skin tone, so I need warm colors. Ooh, I like this color. Ooh, cute. It smells so good. And then I'm gonna go in with this little like sparkly color. Time for the wig. Transform in 3, 2, 1.